We're picking up where we left off in Part 11, the studio secretary murder. 11B, huh? You're really a stickler for that. It's like the process is very important to you.
No, you just forget every time.
I mean, it is the studio secretary murder still.
Yes, it's Part 11B. It's not like the game numbers the cases. That's all artificial. That's we're doing it and you're doing it wrong. Which is odd because you're the one doing it at all in the first place.
Yeah, so chew on that one while we dig into this case.
This dialogue is what people come to our LP for. Right here.
It's
Screw
fact.
the game. Let's just talk about case numbering for a little.
I'm going to go ahead and cut you off there and hit the play button.
Oh, fine.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McAffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
The guy from the paper solved the big case.
Who are these people hanging around the police office who are like police fanboys?
KGPL.
Oh, that's Cole Phelps. I've got his rookie card.
Cole Phelps, badge 12.
I bet they know all his stats, like badge number and stuff.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McAffrey.
Grosvenor McAffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and...
That would have been the perfect opportunity for Grosvenor McAffrey. Which one? There's 15.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What you got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slam ever found out. Are you liquored up?
Some jazz.
I wasn't really expecting that reply from Rusty, actually. I mean, he's a douchebag, but he doesn't seem like the type who would, like, lock someone up just to advance his own career. He doesn't seem career-driven, you know?
I guess it makes sense if you consider that he views basically everyone who's not a policeman as a scumbag who deserves to be behind bars in the first place. Like, he hates humanity. He doesn't mind seeing people locked up, even if it's not for the reason that they are officially locked up for. That was some nice glass breakage there.
Yeah, that one looked good. It looked really good in black and white, actually.
Yeah. Was there more to the conversation, or was that it? Just that one question? I'm surprised Cole didn't come back at him with anything.
Yeah, me too.
Straight ahead. I need you to take a left at the next corner.
This is not the right soundtrack.
So I've noticed that you can't change radio stations like you could in Grand Theft Auto, but different cars seem to have different soundtracks.
It didn't register you were there until you did the e-brake turn, so it's good you've been practicing.
Yeah, exactly. I love that shot. That's such a quintessential bowling alley shot.
Yep.
A little long, though.
Well, it's a bowling alley.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new.
There's no need to yell, young man.
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tieran. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. It stuck in his mind. Because she was much older, too old for him.
Where can we find Jimmy, Florence?
He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back.
Thanks, ma'am.
I think, actually, that time he's yelling because it's supposed to be really loud here.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just about to comment that the ambient sounds are really loud.
Wait, so he just saw a policeman and ran for it.
Tiernan! LAPD!
Okay. Well, he's guilty of something. As Rusty would certainly agree.
Yeah, you should just never do this if you're ever in a situation where you see a policeman. At least let them accuse you of something.
Yeah, goddamn, how fast do cars turn on in this game?
What are you waiting for? Get after
Pretty sweet car we
Might go
just
faster
jacked.
if you weren't
Yeah.
carrying the extra weight.
Oh, Jesus. That was a fat joke.
These are flashy cars to be parked
Ooh.
outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
That was great dialogue.
Don't go to
Just
sleep,
both
Bobby.
of those
Be back
last
in
two
close.
interchanges.
Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land.
You know, your theories are not airtight.
Cole can't seem to focus on the case at hand here. He keeps driving back to the serial killer.
Well,
It's like it's stuck in his mind right now.
or, I mean, that's the exact same point that we've brought up in the past. Why do they
This
always
isn't the killer.
run?
We can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves himself.
Ooh, that was almost a well-woven intersection.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road.
Okay, done. Now what? He's still going.
You gotta get me closer.
Yeah, this is a strange car chase, because I feel like I've actually performed pretty well, but I'm not getting an inch
He's
out
in a
of it.
pretty nice car, too.
It's about fucking time.
What the heck, fire? Someone? Okay, that couldn't have been serious.
Put your hands in the air!
What is with that car? Wow. Welp. Case closed.
Well, at least one case, like the evading arrest, damage to civilian properties,
You're behind the wheel.
vehicular
Where exactly are we
manslaughter,
going?
etc., etc.
Yeah, that is a really nice looking car. Wow. That's... I honestly didn't associate bowling alleys with either jet setters or midlife crisis types. And the kind of guy who's going to a bowling alley in his 40s, he's pretty happy with where he is, I'm assuming. You don't go to a bowling alley out of a sense of existential despair.
Well, where did people go who were in a sense of existential despair in this time period, in the late 40s? If not a bowling alley.
I don't know. Where do people with that... What was the equivalent of a goth club?
McAffrey's in a
Ever since that guy pointed out on the thread the, S. Holmes on one of the mailboxes, I'm trying to find it on all the other ones. I haven't found any other similar Easter eggs.
I forgot to even look carefully at the other names to see if there was a different detective. This is the same interior layout as a different apartment building we've been in.
Might be the same textures,
like
too.
anybody's
Who knows?
home.
It's all in black and white now.
Yeah.
Terrible shame. Means there's no one to let us in. Wanna do the
We needed
other
to
side?
further investigate his apartment.
With our foot.
Well, that's what further investigating means, remember?
Yes, yes, of course.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
So this is Grosvenor, but the pin setter guy,
Is that you, Grosvenor?
that's from the bowling alley.
Who
the
are
weapon.
you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McAffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
He's a hipster of his time, using outmoded methods of communication.
Yes. That's funny. Literally tweeting. Get it?
Fuck you. That's the other half of her letter, isn't it?
Sure is.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. Very least,
No,
I'd say it ties
no,
McCaffrey
it
to the
doesn't.
scene.
Not at all. There's absolutely no indication that he tore the letter away there. That's not... Eh.
Maybe. No.
Could you read that book title? Because I could not.
I couldn't.
Okay. Was that just a delayed reaction to the letter?
It must have been.
Okay.
Because he said maybe.
So what next?
No.
McCaffrey's away with the birds. Let's ruffle his feathers.
R. You may need to further investigate that window.
Guy from the paper solved the big case.
It's one of your fanboys
Everyone in this town knows me.
and knows the exact same thing about you. Ooh, good audio design there. You could hear the noises from outside fading in as you got up the stairwell.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Running on a hangover, McCaffrey?
Sit down and we'll talk.
Wow. Is it just me or is his running looking really jerky and odd?
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good
Yeah,
fight.
it's because his arms are out so far.
Yeah.
Running like a robot.
Boy. Who thinks this is gonna work? Like, they have cars. Why are you running away on foot? Running away in a car I can sort of see, maybe. But
Give it up, LAPD.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of
just
murdering
an
Evelyn
extra
Summers.
punch to the face in the middle of that sentence just for emphasis. He didn't even...
Suspicion! Boom!
Yo, he didn't even pause. Just in the middle of delivering that, he apparently punched him in the face. Just punctuation.
Get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tieran set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you?
Which one was Jameson?
Whoever
The
did it,
perv
was
at the
that
train
guy.
station.
Ah, got it.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the doll yet?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
That would seem to be
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you
At this
to
point,
that.
his name not being on that list would seem to be stronger evidence that he could against him.
Right.
That's some fascinating music.
Oh yeah, this is a slightly different cue on the same theme.
Well, it's not yet clear how this is going to play out.
You sure you can make it stick for one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, Caffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them.
So it's
So
another
it's
one.
barely been an hour, and I'm already tired of this black and white. I yearn for color.
Yep, I'm good with that. So it's like the golden butterfly where you gotta pick a person.
Indeed.
It's odd because we don't have a ton of actual evidence as such.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
I don't know what we've got because it was the woman at the bowling alley.
Yeah. Oh, well, this one.
Oh, okay.
McAffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night, we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this.
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
He's young.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McAffrey.
McAffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
Sounds reasonable. Huh.
We either hang this on you or McAffrey.
Well, okay.
You better give us something.
Well, McAffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but
Hi, Rusty.
I'm not so sure.
Just kind of poking into the corner there.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't
There's
remember.
definitely be a doubt. Or a press. It's not that he's lying, but it's like, we need more from you here.
Yeah. I asked the community, look how
Really?
close that is. Very narrow margin.
That's interesting. What do we have that says... I don't think we've got any evidence that he should remember anything about last night.
Maybe it's that one?
I say press slash...
You're lying, Tiernan. You've been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
Ah, okay. Now that makes it clear what the connection is supposed to be.
Yeah.
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner.
I wouldn't have gotten that if I hadn't asked the community.
No, that wasn't
She said she
gettable.
loved me. She wanted to care for me. But she would never stop talking about McAffrey. McAffrey was a writer, and McAffrey was a hero. McAffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. I kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
That whole line... Oh, wait.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
No, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn
What?
was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McAffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McAffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McAffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
I'll definitely want to talk to the other guy first.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange.
What?
She always wore it.
No idea.
Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McAffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
So the problem with that lie thing that we spent so much time on is the whole what you would be accusing him of lying about wasn't
Isn't clear until you start
wasn't
the
there.
lie.
You had no idea. Evaluating what was actually said, it was a like press for more evidence or something. That was not well
Help
done.
me out.
It's looking good for
Rusty is
McCaffrey though.
refusing.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Put the heat to one of them, Phelps.
Why were you
Your
asking for
choice.
advice there?
Partially because I'm lost,
What the hell?
and partially because I sort of like to get his opinion from time to time.
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
Yeah, that was an interesting interview because it opened up a lot more evidence against this guy. If I had interviewed this guy first, I wonder how it would have gone.
You ready to answer some questions? You think I have all the answers? People who run from the police usually have something to hide. Touché, detective. Let's
Well,
see where
they've
this takes
really
us.
successfully made him like incredibly hateable.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McAffrey. You were out at the rail yard. And what do you have that proves I was there?
I guess it's gonna be the torn letter.
Yeah. Or I guess the bloody clothes. But yeah, torn letter's probably more obvious.
Yeah.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter? What are you talking about? After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you. I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother. So what was it doing on your writing desk? I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
I'm not buying him.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McAffrey. You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
Very valid point. And the other guy was blackout drunk.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her. You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
There's a lot of things here where you don't know what you're going to be saying is a lie until you try using the lie approach.
I guess this is where I have to use Tieran's accusation.
Tieran is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence. Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tieran killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it. Tieran went to you for help. You expect me to buy that? That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tieran. He'll give it up.
See, that's actually... That goes along with Tiernan's story, which is that he was blackout drunk, he doesn't remember anything, so maybe he committed the murder.
So now do we have to...
Well, this phone icon's lit up, so I'm presuming that KGPL has something for us.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McAffrey.
The jacket. That's good.
Police file, I assume.
Yeah.
was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Very chipper.
Thanks.
Description.
Replacement voice actress? Yeah.
God, I really don't know how we're meant to be reading this case. Let's go back and forth, yeah.
You spoken to McAffrey? I can go, it's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
Well, that's clearly a doubt or a lie. I guess it's a lie because of the testimony.
Exactly.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Wow, are they actually going to make it this clear for us? Interesting.
You wound up at McAffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McAffrey woke me up the next morning, and he showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box, and he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed
So they
Evelyn.
definitely collaborated. The question is, which one did
And
it?
then it was all over the radio, and that he would protect me. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. And I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it.
Or he could have been framed.
Yep.
It wasn't me.
So the only other piece of evidence is the criminal record.
Yep.
Which
So-
I guess is
Wait
why
here.
we need to charge Grosvenor.
Given that we're going with consequentialist, Phelps, I think it's better you will... Tieran doesn't seem likely to hurt anyone again, given how he's reacting to this.
Yeah.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McAffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
By referencing your police record. We're the police. We can do that.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McAffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore. She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you. Because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Well, that got tied up nicely.
I mean, he didn't actually admit
Grosvenor
as
McAffrey,
such.
I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Wow.
There are about 100 different ways you could get that wrong.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot.
Eesh.
Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McAffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in a prison graveyard.
The smile on Phelps's face as that line was delivered.
Oh, I didn't
was
even
pretty
notice that. I
priceless.
was too busy being aghast at the captain himself. I really like the back and forth interrogations at the end there. That was...
I like the concept. I'm nervous about how easy it would have been to screw that up.
I don't know.
And I only got 4 stars anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. The lie things were not well done. Like, the individual questions needed to be a little better. But in general, the structure of investigation and... Oh.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead. First platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Can we rally with the first and try for the Nambus?
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade. Mate, we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Drama.
Phelps, not the world's greatest action commander. Anyway, yeah, so the individual questions, not so great. But in general, having the paired interrogations where you're actually working back and forth between 2 suspects was neat and something they haven't done before.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, there's only one case left at the desk.
Really? All right.
Who knows what might happen, what the subject matter of this case might be.
Yeah. Nice that they at least gave us one that's almost certainly not connected to the overarching plotline, as it were. Okay.